Hello, my friends. Welcome to live chat. Thank you so much for being here. This video, this live chat was actually inspired by a drama video that I believe was uploaded yesterday by Nick Snyder, and just kind of sitting back and watching like what happens with drama videos and drama channels and all of that, and it's like, I don't know, I find human nature so fascinating. I find all of the interactions between people and you know, what people watch and why they watch it and why people do what they do. I find all of that very, very interesting. So Nick Snyder from The Viewer's Voice put out a video yesterday about James Charles and Trisha Paytas, and it made my brain go in really interesting ways. So I thought that I would share that thought process with you and then hear what you all have to say, because that's what live chat is all about. It's about not just my opinions, but learning from the community and kind of adding on to my thoughts, kind of changing my thoughts based on community thoughts. And it's just that's what this is all about. So I thought I would share it with you and kind of have a dialogue about that. Now, I'm starting to get the comments again, so I do want to address very quickly. If you are not interested in this topic, I totally get it. Like, it's totally fine. We're going to be talking about this for the first half. I'm not sure if we'll be talking about it for the second half. But if you are not interested in this, there are so many other videos on my channel. Actually, I've done a couple of live chats that are makeup related recently. They happen to be the ones with the lowest amount of views. The one where we went shopping on Sephora's website, and then there was one about new releases. If you are interested in that, you can feel free to watch those on the replay. They're on my channel. And I have tons of makeup reviews and things like that. So if this isn't your bag, it's no problem at all. Like, it's totally cool. But it's like there are a lot of people are interested in this stuff. So I'm never going to make everybody happy. So hopefully people that want to watch this content will enjoy it. People that don't want to watch it will find other things on the channel to watch, because this is, you know, a channel with lots of different things on it. And I put up What's Up in Makeup this morning. There's no drama in that. So you can watch that too. All right, that being said, let's go ahead and say good morning to the people that are here live in the collective brain of Makeup Awesomeness. They'll be contributing to the conversation this morning. Monica and Sarah and Elizabeth and Banshee Muse came in early. Thank you so much. I don't know how you found the video, but that's okay. I was ready for you to be here. But thank you so much for being here. Teresa M.O., good to see you. Josephine and Vanderjack. Katie Love, Sherry Ann. Tamara, good to see you. Saucer Jess, Wendy, Olivia, Helen, Jessica, Michelle, Kat, Diana, good to see you. Monica, Robin, Jenny Pie, Stacy, Krista, Emmy Supernova, and Georgie Patton. Thank you so much for being here. If I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so let's talk about this. So okay, I think the issue that I had with this last time was that I could not hear it because my setup is different. So I'm hoping I'll be able to plug this in. I'll be able to hear the video too. I'm hoping. The last time we did this was with the Jeffree Star video, and I couldn't hear it, but I'd watched it so many times that I was good. I remembered it. But let me see if I can hear it. All right, I'm going to flip you over.
Trisha Paytas managed to get herself into a little bit of drama over on TikTok last week.
Because if I play it here, then it will be it'll be echoing for you. Okay, so I probably won't play the whole thing. Why don't we do this? I won't play it, but I'll tell you basically what it says. Well, I kind of have to, because I have to hear what Trisha was saying. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Hold on. Let me flip over to me so you know what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to play it over on my computer so I can hear it, and I'm going to play it for you so you can hear it. It's so crazy, like these setups and like how to get everything to work together is sometimes more complicated than I would like for it to be. And let's see, I have to make sure that you can hear me talking. All right, so, all right, let me just play it. Let me just play it for you. Okay, and we'll be at about the same place. All right, here we go.
Calling out the Ace family. The Ace family has been called out a lot. Trisha Paytas managed to get herself into a little bit of drama over on TikTok last week because she was calling out the Ace family. The Ace family has been called out a lot over the past few weeks. I mean, there was that video clip of Austin talking to Catherine at the beginning of a video in a not so nice way that pissed a lot of...
Okay, so this is, hold on a minute, let me skip ahead a little bit. So basically in this video, she's calling out the Ace family, and then she kind of calls out James, and she says that James, you know, she doesn't like him or whatever. There might be some cussing in this because Trisha cusses. I think Nick bleeped it out though. So James responded with, keep my name out of your mouth, you don't know me. And this is where I wanted to kind of get into it and talk about it. So let me skip ahead on mine. And hold on, I'm almost there, almost there. My fabulous voice will keep you company. Okay. All right, here we go.
Hi, James. What's up? You're right. I don't know you, but this is a big guess of why I think people really dislike you, because you're arrogant as to think you can tell people to keep my name out of your mouth when you're a public figure, and you literally make all your money solely on the fact that you are in drama all the time. You're always in drama. For better or worse, you start it, you create it, you keep it going.
Okay, you get the point. All right, we're gonna play as little of that as possible. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the right part played for you. So, okay, why is Trisha doing this? Why is Trisha, okay, so she goes after the Ace family. Trisha is like a fisherwoman, okay? She's a fisherwoman. Okay, hold on, Jen, we lost you for a moment. Okay, hopefully all of this worked out, okay? Tab says if YouTube would stop changing the software, it would be easier. Totally agree, totally agree. Okay, okay, so Trisha is a fisherwoman. I've never used that word fisherwoman before, but fisherman is not correct. She insults people. And she waits to see who's gonna bite. And then she goes after them harder. Why does she do this? She does this because this is what gives her views and notoriety and people paying attention. And people will do a lot of things for money. You know, a lot of things for money. And I can't say what her motivation is because I don't know her personally, but this is what I think, this is what I believe. Whether it's real or not, we'll never know. But that's how she earns her living, is by fishing. You know, she insults a blanket number of people and waits for somebody to bite. And James bit. And James said, keep your name out of mouth. So that created more content for her to create drama, which will bring more views to her on TikTok, which is the newest platform, more views to her, more followers, where they may follow her over to YouTube. They may follow her over to her OnlyFans. They may follow her other places and earn her more money. This is how she makes a living. And it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money that people are making off of drama. So let me just make sure everybody's good over here. Mander Jack says, can't wait to watch the replays. The count you're okay. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, E-Host says Trisha was stating a fact about James, though. Well, is it a fact, though? We don't know. There's so many things that people say about people, but we really don't know if it's a fact. We can look at a pattern of behavior. We can look at what we see publicly, but is it a fact? A lot of this is opinion posed as fact. She poses it as fact, but we as viewers don't really know. And I think that that's an important distinction to make. Yeah, Jane says, Jen, it's not a theory. She's fully admitted it out loud. Good to know. Good to know. But yeah, I mean, it's a big business. It's a big business. And like, okay, so what does James get out of it? If James responds back, what is he getting out of it? Okay, well, he could potentially get, again, more eyes on him. More people subscribe to his channel, people that want to defend him, people that think that Trisha is wrong and want to defend him will go over, and it'll make James look good, I guess, in a way, in that he's being attacked, and all he's saying is just please stop talking about me, but just not in as polite of a way. You know, he's saying don't talk about me. But then that brings attention to him and his social channels. And then my brain started going further, and I was thinking about, and I don't know a lot about the situation, and I'm not going to take sides on it, and I don't know, but the drama between Nick and Dustin and Luscious Massacre. you don't really need to know the backstory so much. Just know that there's people that are fighting on the internet, and Dustin and Nick are drama channels, and I'm not sure if Luscious identifies as a drama channel or not, but there's back and forth and back and forth, and they're both getting views over it. It's bringing Luscious's name into the main, more people knowing about Luscious, more people knowing about Dustin and Nick, and they all grow because of it. Like, I don't know if that's intentional or what. But it's all about getting the eyes on you in any way possible. And in our society, drama is what does it when it comes down to it. If you look at channels like Emily Noel 83, you look at Mel Thompson, you look at Samantha March, you look at, who else? Nima Tang, you look at, who else? All of these channels that are just really nice people. Their views don't explode the same way as people who are involved in drama. That's just the way things go. And it's so incredibly sad to me that it goes that way, but I don't think we're going to escape it. I think as long as we all are interested in human nature, like I am, I feel like it's going to continue to grow. And we're going to continue to feed this beast that everybody complains about. People complain, oh, I hate drama on YouTube. Why is there always going to be so drama? Why is everybody so problematic and blah, blah, blah? But because people watch it. Because people watch it and it makes people money is what it comes down to. I'm looking into see what y'all are saying. Krista says, I honestly don't think that anything about, I honestly don't really think anything about drama anymore. I think it's all just being done for money in the long run if you think about it. Probably. I mean, I'm sure some of it is unintentional. Sometimes people just make mistakes and it's unintentional, where it's really genuinely just a mistake. And I believe that that's still a thing. But I think a lot of this is manufactured, like this whole example with Trisha. I feel, she did that on purpose to cause drama, to bring people to her social channels, to become more popular, to make more money. That's what I believe. So it's crazy. Haley says, what? People are fighting on the internet? Inconceivable. I love that. Chloe says James is only 21. He's going to act 21. Men mature slower than females. That's scientifically proven. Well, yeah. I mean, but I think that this isn't just a thing about his age. This is just the entirety of the internet. This is the entirety of the internet. Tamara, straight up, wait. People are saying that Morgan Freeman has passed away? Let me just check. It says is an actor on Wikipedia. I don't see any news about that. No, I just looked in the news. That would be awful. Nope, it looks like we're good. Okay. Okay, no. All right. However, Long says, James commented knowing people hate Trisha and he could come out as a good guy. Yeah, I mean, there are people that don't like Trisha, but there's also people that don't like James. And anytime you can create, is the correct word, a dichotomy, where you have people on both sides fighting each other. I don't think that's what dichotomy means. I think I know means two, but I'm trying to use that word correctly. I don't think I am. But whenever you can create two sides and have them fight against each other, you're going to create a situation where people are interested and are going to profit off of it. It's the whole American political system when you have two political parties fighting against each other. When you have, I don't want to get into politics, but when you have anybody that has two sides and they're fighting against each other, whether it was, Tati versus James or, Voldemort versus whoever, everybody on the internet, when you've got two sides to take, that creates interest. So that's where the money comes from. And I just find all of this so incredibly fascinating. Yeah, Tamisha says, just like Jessica Braun, no clue why she doesn't have more followers. I feel like Jessica's doing pretty well considering. I feel like Jessica does pretty well considering. Kathleen Lights has been out of drama for a long time. I feel like she's doing pretty well considering. They pretty much both stay out of drama pretty well. But it's hard. it's hard for people that don't have a lot of drama to get eyes on them. So I think as a society, if we truly don't want drama, then we need to make sure our eyes are on things that aren't drama filled. But then there's that whole train wreck, car wreck thing where we just want to watch. And it's like, wait, but what happened? And it gets, you know, the endorphins going and the adrenaline going. And, you know, we get that almost high feeling of wanting to know, you know, what's going to happen, what happened next, you know, and even though we're dealing with people's real lives sometimes, probably about half the time, maybe, if you think, how much do you think this is manufactured? How much of this is real? You know, even though we're dealing with people's real lives, a lot of times it's entertainment for a lot of people, which in a way is kind of sad. Oh, Andy says, Jen, I love your discussions in these live chats. I try to watch them all, but usually never make it to the live. Thank you for bringing up topics to make us think and have discussions. I think that it's fun, and I think that it's interesting to talk about all of these things. Yeah, Mary Lusso said, I would take the lesser evil, and sadly that would be James, but that's only if I had to pick one. And the other piece that I wanted to talk about with this is the consequence of getting yourself involved in these things and having been unintentionally, like, not wanting to be in front of drama at times. You have to have a thick skin, because when you're, I mean, obviously Trisha has like ironclad skin. She's like, you know, but it's like when you involve yourself in something like that, you have to expect that there are going to be people that are going to call you names and say mean things to you and awful things to you, no matter what your involvement is. So you have to be able to detach from that and not care what people on the internet say about you in order to be successful in that way. So I think that people that are able to detach in that way are much more likely to be successful, because they can tolerate it and they can handle it longer. And that kind of ties into what we were talking about last week about Tati and you know, her disappearing from the internet. Is I know a lot of people don't believe this, and that's fine. You don't have to believe it if you don't want to, but I believe that Tati is a genuinely good person. She's made mistakes. She's done some things that are awful, but haven't we all? Maybe not the same mistake, maybe not to the same level. Maybe we just haven't done it publicly, so people haven't called us out on it. But I think that she's a genuinely good person, and I think that's why she stepped away, because at least this is my theory, and we talked about this last week, so I won't spend too much time on it, but I think that you have to have that thick skin. And when you have people coming at you and calling you names and telling you you're a terrible person all the time, it's really hard not to let that affect you if you are a genuinely good person. Now, you can be a good person and also have a thick skin and just, you know, be able to say, well, I don't care what people on the internet say because they don't know me in general. So, and generally be able to shut that off and still be a good person. But I think it's also easy for people that are genuinely not good people to be able to shut that off as well. So I think that adds another layer to it. I'm looking into the comments. Yeah, Nadia says, I try not to watch people who are always in drama. I used to be a huge fan of Tati and watched all of her videos. After the whole thing with James happened, I stopped watching. Yeah, and you're definitely not alone, Nadia. The comment section on last week's chat was so interesting because it really was that two, you know, it was one or the other. It was either I really, really miss Tati, or she's an awful person and she needs to disappear forever. And it was a lot of that. It was very separated, and it seemed like the initial comments were mostly positive, but the more the video got shared and the more it got suggested to people, the more the people that wanted her to no longer be on YouTube, those people started coming in. And it's a lot of people, and it really is two sides of it. And I think that's what makes drama so fascinating on YouTube, is to see not only the people involved in it, but also how the masses react to it, and reacting to the people reacting to it as well. So we've got the drama channels like Nick and Dustin and all of the other drama channels. Hannah from Smoky Glow is doing amazing. Her channel is blowing up. And it's because people want to hear what other people have to say about the drama that other people are doing. And it's like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, like how it snowballs like that. So then you have, you know, this particular chat where you have the drama, the people commenting on the drama, and the people commenting on the commenting of the drama. Right? And it just, I don't know, is anybody going to comment on this video? I mean, well, let's just keep the chain going, right? It's just crazy to me. All right. Mama's Glam 2 says, I love watching Jen's lives in Smoky Glow for this type of commentary on drama. Also, D'Angelo Wallace. I heard D'Angelo Wallace came out with a new video. I haven't watched it yet. D'Angelo Wallace, if you have not seen his channel, I feel like he is a unique soul in this space. And it's very interesting. He's an interesting person. If you've never watched him, he's this young guy who is an old soul. Like, you can just see he's got this level of maturity and intelligence that is well beyond his age. And he sees things in a way that is just so incredibly fascinating to see from someone so young, to be able to have these kinds of perspectives, the way he breaks things down, how much work and effort he puts in his videos. I mean, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And I don't know, I just find him just fascinating in general too. Like, I want to pick his brain, you know, like, how are you like this? Like, you are so interesting. But I haven't watched, I heard he has a new video, but I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, Cynthia says, I agree, Cynthia. Why can't people just not watch someone that they don't like? Because it's a train wreck, Cynthia, because people want to see what's happening. And it's that adrenaline feeling of watching somebody and getting upset. It's the way why people watch horror movies. Why would we want to be scared? Why would we want to watch something that we know is going to be terrifying? Being scared is not typically seen as a good feeling. You know, you almost get in a car accident, or you know, I don't know what else is scary in this world. You're about to lose your job, or, you know, like, they're terrifying. Why do we want to put ourselves through that? It's the adrenaline. And then we get this endorphin rush afterward, you know, when we get angry or upset. You know, why do we watch these movies where there's drama in them, where there's conflict? It's the getting involved in it, the adrenaline rush, the endorphin rush afterward. You know, we love this stuff as human beings. It's crazy. And I think that's why people watch people that they don't like. Because it stimulates emotion. It's, you know, when they go back to saying, you know, I don't know if they still say this, but that any kind of art that evokes emotion is good art. I don't know if that's still true. But they say a song or a painting, you know, when it evokes emotion in you, that it's true art. So in that realm of thinking, is this Trisha Paytas TikTok art? I would hate to say that it is, but I can see the argument for saying that it is in a way, because it's evoking emotion in people, you know? So I don't know. I find all this stuff so incredibly interesting. Yeah, Tiffany says, yeah, I don't watch a lot of heavy stuff. Life is heavy enough. Give me a good Hollywood Golden Era musical, Mayday. Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. You know, and like I've been talking a lot about Schitt's Creek lately. You know, I feel like shows like that are kind of our break from drama. Like, it gives me hope for the world. You know, when a show like that can be so successful, because really the drama that happens in that show is so trivial. If you've never seen it, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's so, like, you know, it's just regular everyday people stuff. There's nothing really terrible that happens. You know, they deal with their problems, but it's nothing terrible. And it's mostly comedy. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The big reason why I love that show is because they let the characters be happy. You know, they end an episode with something happy, and you don't have to worry about something being bad following it. And it gives me hope that we may still be entertained by things that are positive. That maybe somewhere in our brains, we still want to watch things that are positive. And you can see that evidenced all over YouTube as well. I mean, there's plenty of positive content that gets views. It's just not to an extent that the negative stuff gets views. And I know some of you watching this, probably some of you watch only positive content. You don't watch drama channels. You don't follow what's happening with different people. You don't care about all of that. And you watch positive content. It's just, I feel like there's much fewer people that do that than people that feed off of that negativity and really are interested in all that. I'm not demonizing that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying, you know, you're a terrible person if you watch drama. I mean, I watched it, obviously, you know, like I watched all of Nick's video. I'm sitting here talking about it right now. If I wasn't interested in it, then I wouldn't be talking about it. So I'm definitely not demonizing it, because I'd be demonizing myself. It's just a different kind of mentality. It's so interesting. Flory, thank you so much. Flory says, enjoying chat. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you, Flory, for that shout out. Really appreciate that. Mwah, my friend. Darcy says, when men started acting like they were entitled to be the beauty community gatekeeper, I turned them all off. That's such an interesting point of view. And that goes into something totally different where, like, almost like, do you remember, like, okay, I'm trying to think of an example. So when I was a kid watching cartoons, and I'm not sure if I've talked about this before, but when I was a kid watching cartoons, I had no problems watching a show with a male protagonist or male protagonist, male antagonist. I never had a problem with that. The stars of the show were males. But if there was a female that was the star of the show, like for example, He-Man and She-Ra, let's go with that. I didn't have problems watching He-Man. But would my brother watch She-Ra? Heck no, my brother's not watching She-Ra. You know, he's not watching anything with a female lead. He wouldn't watch, Punky Brewster with me because boys didn't watch shows with female lead characters. And I don't know if it's because of the way those shows were set up, that they were set up in such a fluffy, stereotypically female way, that was why little boys didn't watch them. But I feel like that, now we've grown up, and now I feel like a lot of times, we are as women, when I say women, I'm talking about people that, I'm a woman and people that are also women. I think that sometimes we will look up to a man and think that they are more valid in their opinions than what a woman is, because that is history. And I don't want to go too deep into this, but I think that is our history, is that we, over the generations, have been taught that a man's word is more valid than a woman's word. And I think that still leaks into our culture, and I think that's part of it, why some of the men are some of the top people in the beauty space. So that's a whole nother topic that I could get into, which I just did, but I don't want to spend too much time on that. Yeah, Haley says, in my opinion, there's a ton of internalized misogyny, that people don't watch women in makeup as much as men. But hey, and I think also sometimes women will hold women to a higher standard almost, will be harder on other women than they are on men. I think that that's a real thing too. So, yeah, Sadie says they feed children's ideals of gender young. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, I have to wiggle my contacts a little bit because my eyes are drying out. Boop, 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 boop. Felicia says, I used to watch a lot of the drama channels and things like that on YouTube, and I realized by watching drama and negative videos, I was becoming more negative myself. And that's another thing too. If you look at just our society right now and how popular negative everything is, and it feels like we're living in a more negative world. So yeah, I totally agree with you. And I definitely have had to step back from watching drama sometimes, from watching negative things, from watching TV shows that are full of anxiety and drama. It's why I had to step away from Grey's Anatomy. I'm just saying it. I had to step away from Grey's Anatomy because I realized it was affecting me emotionally outside of watching it. I was becoming too emotionally invested. And I think I keep saying this, I think I've said this before, but I just feel bad when I repeat myself that I had to stop watching it when I knew one character was going to die. I found out one character was going to die. I heard the spoiler, and then I was like, I'm not watching this anymore, because if I never watch it, then it'll never really happen in my mind. And I had to step away from that show because it was it was making me sad. Like, I was sad the next day after I watched it. Even though there's a lot of feel-good stuff in that show, So I do think that the more we consume, sometimes that can leak into how we feel. And it just depends on how much we bring that into our heart. How much we bring what we watch into who we are as people. And sometimes it's completely subconscious. We don't realize that it's leaking into who we are as a person, because it's just affecting us kind of in the backs of our minds, and we don't even realize it until we're already changed and we already have a different attitude, and maybe someone in our lives points it out to us. Rocker Girl 20 says, wait till Supernatural's over. I don't think I'm ready for that. Not ready for it. Yeah, Jackie says, I've stopped watching things that don't leave me feeling positive for the most part. If I'm watching it for fun, I want to not feel bad when I'm done. Yeah. And I think we all just have to decide what's best for us as individuals. You all know I am so pro do what is best for you. If you enjoy watching drama channels, if you enjoy supporting whoever you want to support, that is your choice. Like, you have to do what's best for you. And if you don't like that stuff, then you should not do it. You know, it's all about what we as individuals want to do. Anna says, or Anna, I'm not sure where you've got your accent there. Exactly. Since I started to watch only positive YouTube channels, it did change the way I feel in life. That's so true. Love Kathleen Lights and Jessica Braun. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Tanya, that's why I can't watch Black Mirror. I watched one episode of Black Mirror and I could not, like, it messed me up. It totally messed me up completely. But just to bring it back to the original point before we take our little break, is that, you know, I do think the vast majority of people are interested in drama. And in a way, it's kind of sad, but I totally get it. I get it. You know, we're only human. We're only human. And I think as long as we feed into that primal desire to feel exhilarated by watching, to feel anger and then the endorphins, as long as we feel that, I think the drama channels are going to continue to make be some of the highest viewed videos on the platform. You know, people that cause drama, people that are involved in drama, people that start drama are going to be incredibly highly viewed, and they're going to continue to make a ton of money. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a little bit of a break, and let's go ahead and talk about what's on my face today. So, oh man, I just noticed my lipstick cracked. This is, okay. Anyway, all right. Anyway, on my eyes today, I did a base of the Makeup by Mario matte palette. I do have a full review of this. This was sent in PR. I did this as my base. And then on my lid, this green sparkle that you have, this was also PR. This is Cleona Cosmetics. And the shade that it is from their stained glass collection. And it is called Reflectance. And it is incredibly gorgeous. I'm not sure if the pink is coming off, but it's actually a pink and green duochrome. And it is gorgeous. It is just this iridescent, beautiful amazingness. Just, it's an incredible shade. It's an incredible shade. Mostly it comes off as green, but if I turn the right way, it does turn pink, which is super, super duper uber fun. So that's what's on my eyes. Oh, and I also want to mention, because it's smudged on my lower lash line, I use the Makeup by Mario, the brown pencil. That's what I have as my eyeliner today, and I'm really enjoying this. It's very easy to work with. And then on my cheeks today, I have everything I'm using today is PR. This is PR as well. This is Peachy Peach by M Cosmetics, the cream blush. And then my highlight today is Ofra's highlighter in Moondance. And then I'm sure I probably got this at an Ipsy event or something. This is Jouer's Noisette. It is my favorite shade from Jouer. And then popped in the middle is Revive by Ofra Cosmetics. That's part of my collab with them. And I just kind of popped that in the center to brighten the center, to kind of give me that juicy, plumpy look. And these are still available as individuals and a set at ofracosmetics.com, 20% off using code JEN. All right. So that is what's on my face today, and we will go ahead and continue, and we'll talk about whatever you all want to talk about. We'll just pop topics from here. If you want to continue talking about that, we can. If not, we can talk about other things. Elizabeth says, I just finished Bly Manor. I need to find something else to binge. I've heard mixed reviews on the Bly Manor thing. Some people are like, man, this is boring, and some people are absolutely loving it. Kathy says, Jen, I love your makeup today, especially lipstick. Well, thank you so much. And Cynthia likes my eye look. Thank you so much. Hi, Mel. Mel says, if you're enjoying chat today, remember to hit the like button. Thanks, Mel. I appreciate you. Yeah, all these shows that I don't know anything about. Josephine says, I want Cleona shadows, but too expensive for me. But one day, I know they really are outrageously priced, but they really are beautiful. Even if like you end up getting like one or two, they really are beautiful. And who is it? Is it Teresa? I'm trying to think who has the Cleona Cosmetics review that's really, really good. Let me look real quick. There's somebody that swatched all their Cleona. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Angelica Newquist has a good video swatching the entire Cleona stained glass collection. She did that a year ago. And then also Lauren May Beauty has one where she swatched hers. And Tara Babies has it. So there's a bunch of them. Tina from the Fancy Face has one, Swatch Party and Thoughts. So there's quite a few to see, kind of figure out which one you want to get. But they really are wonderful, wonderful shadows. Emma, this is a great question. Emma says, do you think the beauty advent calendars are worth it or a bit of a scam? Like the Charlotte Tilbury one is ridiculously expensive. I've never gotten the Charlotte Tilbury one. I did get the Essence one year, and I thought that it was terrible. It was awful. It was like one of the windows was like stickers, and the other one was like little elastic hairbands, and it's like, really? It was like, I don't know. It was pretty lame. It was lame. I think it just depends. And when you look at it ahead of time, I think it's really important when you're looking for an advent calendar to see whether it's sample size or full size, and then, take that into consideration when it comes to price. If it's a lower cost, expect smaller samples and things. Personally, I really like these Sephora Favorites kits. If you don't have a lot of things and you want to try some more high-end things, when I first started my YouTube channel, when those first started coming out, those were really like very, very helpful for me because I hadn't ever tried a NARS blush. I hadn't ever tried, some Hourglass lipstick or whatever, or Charlotte Tilbury, whatever. And it's just a really nice way to try high-end things, a lot of them, at a cheaper price. So I definitely recommend those, probably over advent calendars. Yeah, Telestra says so over advent calendars. Yeah, Tiffany says, I feel like they all go on sale after the holidays. The Body Shop ones are usually pretty good. I'll just wait. Yeah, and I think some of them sell out, but then some of them don't. Elizabeth says, in my opinion, the Look Fantastic advent calendar is amazing. I've heard great things about that. Midtown Brown Style says this year's advent calendars are not good. Terry says, I bought the Revolution advent calendar last year and it was good, as in all makeup, but I don't care for Revolution that much. Yeah, Revolution is very hit and miss. It's mostly miss though. I would say from things I've tried from Revolution, 75% miss, 25% hit. It's pretty mass produced, quickly produced, not really caring about the quality, more caring about just getting things out quickly and packaging. I think that's really where Revolution goes. Every once in a while they get a hit, every once in a while. Yes, Cosmic Slay says, I wait for Alexandria Ryan to unbox the advent calendars. Hardly ever worth the money. Yeah, worth the money. Yes, absolutely. Technically, Tracy says, chocolate or cheese advent calendars are good. I would imagine that would be amazing. That would be incredible. I would love that. I'll have to look out for those. I didn't know those were things. Josephine needs to know where I got my blue-green eyeshadow holder you have in the background. Okay, so this is really old. I've had that for a long time, but that's from Home Goods. It's a mail sorter. So anytime you go to Target or Home Goods or TJ Maxx or Marshalls or whatever, they have the mail sorter section. That's where I got that. So pretty much all of those stores will have things similar, but that one's really old. I don't know if they would have that one anymore. Yeah, Bubbles Hill says, I like the Sephora Favorites. It was a great way to try brands I hadn't been able to before. Brands that are way too pricey for me. It was fun last year. Yeah, totally. Yeah, Tamara says, you know what I want? A calendar from several brands with each offering their top selling item in full size. You would think that Sephora would jump on something like that, or Ulta would jump on that. Sarah, I've never bought an advent calendar. They always seem like they're not worth it, and I wouldn't be able to only open one thing a day. I like opening the one thing a day. Did you get the chocolate advent calendars when you were a kid, where you open up the door and there was a piece of chocolate behind it? I looked forward to it every morning, opening my piece of chocolate. My kids still do them. But I like waiting. I like the whole opening a door a day. But with the advent calendars, you know what's in it. You just don't know what's in that particular drawer. Usually there's a picture. Jaleesa, where did you get your shirt? I don't know. I'd have to look at the tag. I have no idea. Today's shirt, I don't know. What's it been? Makeup, I believe. I don't know. Let me look. I don't know. I don't know. That one I definitely got at the mall. But I don't remember where. I'm so not a fashionable person. I don't know. What, from Venus? The black one? I don't know. It might be.
One.
Oh, this one?
This one says D. Ellie.
D. Ellie? I don't know. Oh, you know what? I think I got this from Stitch Fix. I'm pretty sure this is from Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix I was really loving for a while, and I think that my stylist left because I'm getting one more and then I'm going to quit because they've been just missing my style. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is from Stitch Fix. Thank you, John. I appreciate you. Yes. Sadie says, what are you doing for Halloween? We don't know 100%. It's pretty much locked down in this area for Halloween, so we don't really know what we're doing. I didn't get the kids costumes or anything, so they may recycle some costumes, and we might just kind of drive around, like go back to our old neighborhood and kind of see if there's anybody that has candy bowls sitting out or anything so the kids can at least get some semblance of trick-or-treating, but I don't know. It's hard to know what's happening, you know? I mean, there's no parties or anything this year, so, And Midtown Brown style, I love the clothing subscriptions, but I have an odd body type and stuff just doesn't fit. Yeah, I mean, they just never get my style. I was so happy when I rejoined Stitch Fix and they were like nailing my style for a while, and then I think that person is gone. It's so sad. They're really good at styling my daughter, though. Joey says, yes, what about the Beautylish box this year, Jen? Yes, I do plan on getting the Beautylish, the Lucky Box again this year. I don't think I'm going to make my kids unbox it with me again. Last year was pretty awkward because they don't care anymore. They've been unboxing it with me every year since they were tiny, and they used to really like it, and now they're 12 and 9, and I think they're over it. At 11 and 8, I think that was kind of awkward because I don't think they care anymore. They don't care. None of it's for them. They don't care. So it might just be me. Say says, your husband's always so sweet. He is. He's amazing. He's absolutely incredible. Yeah, Molly says, I'm watching Rocky Horror Picture Show for Halloween. I haven't watched that in a long, long time. I had a friend in high school that was obsessed, and I've watched it a couple times. It's not my absolute favorite. I did enjoy it the 1 or 2 times that I've seen it, but it's not my favorite. Oh my gosh, Not a Pro says we're doing trick or yeet. Throw candy to the kids.
Oh, I love that idea.
That is a fabulous idea. I love that. Trick or yeet. Just throw it. That's so funny. Yeet is a word in my house. It's yeet and sus. Those are the words. Yes. Melody wants to know, when do you buy the Beautylish Lucky Bag? It is either the day after Thanksgiving or the day after Christmas. I want to say it's the day after Christmas is when it goes on sale. And you have to be fast. Fearless Beauty Queen, we turned every room in the house into a haunted room. That's fun. Sheila, we're going to stay in and do dinner, popcorn, and movies. That's smart. Yeah. What does what, Cynthia, I don't know, what does what mean? Oh, yeet? It's like, yeet, like to yeet, it's like going fast, is what I understand. Like, yeeting is like going fast, right? So if you're yeeting someone candy, you're like throwing it fast, like you're like...
It's kind of just a versatile verb that the kids throw around.
Yeah, it's used in multiple ways. Like, I can yeet into a room, like to like speed into a room kind of thing. I don't know. I know it has to do with like doing something quickly, I guess. At least in context clues. I haven't Googled it because I don't think it's in the dictionary, but that's in context, the way my kids use it, that's the way I use it. Yeah, day after Christmas, Carrie says. Stephen's Day. I don't know anything about Stephen's Day. I've never heard of that. Tana says, definitely won't spend my money on costumes, so recycling what we have, or they're going to be a ghost with a white sheet. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Steph says, throwing something really fast and high. Yes, that sounds perfect. Yeah. Yeah, my son tried on his Halloween costume from when he was tiny. He was probably about 5. He was Ghostface from Scream, and he was the cutest little Ghostface ever. I mean, he was tiny. He put it on, and it still fits him because it's just like a, you know, it's like a stretchy thing, and it goes down to like the middle of his calves, and of course the mask still fits. So if he goes out, he'll probably wear that because he can still fit into it. I don't know what my daughter would wear. We bought her these really cool wings one year. They're like what were the eagle wings? So maybe she could like throw those on or something, because those things were super cool. Yeah, Chrissy says yeeting is throwing something quickly. Yeah. Everybody's saying it means to throw something, but I've seen people like yeeting somewhere, like you can yeet somewhere. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of people are just doing like movie marathons, staying in and stuff for Halloween. It's really sad, but hopefully next year we'll be able to go back to some semblance of normal. Would be great, but you know, it's kind of sad. All right, so let's see. What else can we chat about? Husband, do you want to come in and like give me something to chat about? Because he's really good at that. He's really good at coming in and like helping me make the chat a little more interesting, because he's interesting.
Count me in, bro.
Come in, baby. I'm tapping you in. Tapping you in.
Should I put my pants on?
Yes, please. I don't know. Some people would probably like it if you didn't have your pants on.
I'm gonna yeet in here real quick.
Hocus pocus, yes. Puppy's upstairs. She's chilling.
Hocus puppy.
Yes.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. Yay.
Let's do this.
What's up?
I'm
What's
here.
going on?
Speaking of problematic people on YouTube. Just kidding.
Yeah. So, what do you think about drama and the topic of today?
I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. People love drama.
They do.
I think that when we how do I want to talk about this? I think that a lot of times people involve themselves in other people's drama as a way to make themselves feel significant. I think that we talk about drama and we gossip about people to make ourselves feel better. I think it's like a false sense of like feeling like you're normal, or a way to kind of put people down to make yourself feel better.
Like
Honestly,
kind of reality TV. Like when you see a reality TV show where everybody's like a train wreck and you're like, well, at least I'm not that person.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking about it more like gossip in the workplace kind of thing, right? Because really the internet is just an extension of, I mean, it is reality at this point, but it's an extension of our realities. And so like when you gossip about other people, it's a way to kind of elevate yourself, like, oh, this person did this and this person did that, and I would never. You know, like that kind of thing. Yeah.
And then when you identify with somebody else, when there's somebody else that agrees with you, it's validation.
Yeah.
And it gives you that sense of community too. You know, when you have a group of people that agree that this person is trash, then it makes you feel like you're a part of something.
Yeah, it used to be like water cooler talk. Oh, Tracy from accounting did what? Oh, she's awful. You know, like I can't. Oh, and that husband of hers and blah blah blah.
And then it's like, hi Tracy.
Oh, hey Tracy.
Hi Tracy, how you doing? Love that coffee mug.
Yeah. And so now on the internet, it's just an extension of that.
Yeah.
It's oh, James Charles said this and she said this back, and I can't believe that he's always involved. And it's like, and yet here you are. Like, I think it's incredibly awesome that people put down other people on the internet, but then they continue to watch it. You know what I mean? I don't
he
know
doesn't
that I
mean
said that
awesome in the right. He doesn't mean awesome in a positive way.
I think it's incredibly interesting
there you
that
go.
people consume all of the drama and then put it down. Like when people click on a video and they read the title of it and they know what it's about and they complain about it, and it's like, and yet here you are,
right? Like something made you click.
Why are you here?
Right?
Did you just come here to complain? And I think complaining about other people and putting other people down is a way to not look at ourselves and make like meaningful change and be, you know, productive people. It's a great way to kind of waste time. in a way.
That's interesting. That's interesting because it gives us somebody else to blame. Like when maybe our life isn't perfect, it gives us somebody else to look at and focus on other than our own problems.
It's so much easier to tear other people down than to build our own selves up.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yeah, that's so interesting.
And I mean, I'm guilty of it too.
Yeah, I think everybody is.
We all are. It's human nature,
Right.
right? To like choose paths of less resistance. And it's a lot easier to put all the focus and attention on somebody else than to kind of take that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why I invite him.
Hey, I'm here.
This is why I invite him.
I'm here for it.
All right, Tiffany, John's dropping gems today.
Always.
Sheila, my beauty area needs...
Always.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I want to get back to Sheila in a second. Yeah. Joy says, I'm here because you're not a drama channel. I mean, this is the thing, is I'm not a drama channel. Like but I find human nature so interesting. So it's like, I'm not trying to like start drama or cause drama or elevate drama. I want to talk about it from a human perspective. So if that makes me a drama channel, then I guess it's just I don't know, but I don't know. Some people would call this a drama video. Some people would say that this video you're watching right now is a drama video.
Yeah,
So,
I think it depends on your perspective and what your thresholds are and what you consider to be drama just for drama or drama for commentary.
yeah.
I mean, because you can't explore topics without kind of immersing yourself in it, right? It's philosophy in a way. Like you have to experience and digest it to be able to examine it.
Yeah, totally. Totally. And I think that having been involved in internet drama before, it gives me a different kind of perspective. And him watching me go through that kind of stuff gives him a different perspective on drama and things like that too. Where, I don't know. I just find it all just so interesting. Mander Jack wants to know if you watch drama channels.
Do I watch drama channels? I use YouTube for educational purposes mainly. And there's a couple channels that I watch for like comedic relief too, but most of the time I'm on YouTube for YouTube University. Like I'm always having things that I'm interested in, and YouTube is a place for me to learn how to do those things. So if I'm working on my vehicle, or if I'm building something, or if I want to make something or try something new, like that's usually what I use it for.
Like photography and
Exactly. Yeah. So I use it a lot, and it's dangerous in that way because a lot of these channels that teach you things, they kind of lead into purchasing things. So I have to be careful with that too. Right?
Yes.
It's not uncommon for me to like watch YouTube channels and be like, oh snap, like I just found 10 things that I need in my life, you know? So I'm trying to get better
totally.
at that. I mean, I've been exposed to drama channels, mostly through this one over here.
Yeah.
But I think it's part of staying relevant in the beauty space is to watch that, see what's happening, and talk about that. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. And I don't think that people that watch drama channels are bad or necessarily endorsing that behavior. But of course, the views on those channels keep those channels.
Oh my gosh,
afloat.
Absolutely.
So
totally.
It's like you're voting with your views, when you do that. But I don't know. I wish in a way that I could get down with watching more and taking more in, because I think that it would be I think that I have like interesting perspectives on that I could share, but personally it affects me. The things that I watch, the things that I listen to, the things that I take in, they affect me on an emotional level. And, sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, but I know that about myself. And so I tend not to like try to take in too much negativity, because then it manifests in other ways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I don't think you're alone in that. We were kind of talking about that a little bit earlier. Like, I think we have to, it's like eating. We've talked about it's kind of like you are what you eat kind of thing. It's like it leaks into who you are, what you watch. For some people, not everybody, but for some people, I don't know, for me and John. So kind of have to, moderation.
I think it is whether people want to admit it or not.
Yeah.
Like you are what you eat. You are where you go. You are the people that you hang out with, you know? So if you hang out with trash people, like you're the kind of average of those trash people for the most part.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I don't know.
And there's a lot of people, come on now. You can't be a trash person. I mean, you can't hang out with trash people and not be a trash person.
I don't know about that, though.
Come on now.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree with that.
You are the people and the things that you surround yourself with. Well,
it depends on what your motivation is for hanging out with those people.
I mean, unless you're like a counselor, you know, and you're like counseling these people out of their... But the people
I'm just thinking about people that I used to hang out with a long time ago that probably weren't the best people, but...
Hey, man, we've all made bad decisions.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm talking pre-YouTube days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to tolerate somebody that you think is a horrible person, and it's hard to be around them for long if you think that they're a terrible person. Like, how do you tolerate being around them?
Yeah.
Like how...
And it's like I said, it's an average too, right? We all have that one friend that's just a hot freaking mess, right? Mm-hmm. But we can't... Most of us can't surround ourselves with that. So we have these other friends that are like, oh, I have my crazy friend, but I also have my smart friend. And like, chances are, you're right in the middle. And if you don't have a super crazy friend, you probably are that super crazy friend.
You think so?
Yes. If you're looking around, you're like, I don't hang out with people like that. Guess what?
Probably you.
Guess what?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, totally. Yeah, Shelley says you are what you associate with. Yeah, I mean, and you also got to think about like the length of the relationship too. If you've like just met somebody and you're just getting to know them and then you learn that they're a trash person, like it's like there's like a weaning off period too. Like there might be, maybe. I don't know. I just don't like judging people that hard on like, you know, absolutes. I believe in gray area.
What I'm saying, I
believe in gray area.
I admit that it's not an absolute, you know, it's obviously in a way, you know, it's a generalization of people, but I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I love how you just drop truths unapologetically. You're just like, Cherise says John is right, though, about you being that crazy friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's always one in the group.
Oh, my gosh. Mary Lou says, my mom would always tell me that. She would say, if the cops stop you and with a bad friend, then you might go to jail. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's, yeah. Yeah. Emmy says, I agree with John. You're the people that you surround yourself with. Would you hang out with bad people and feel comfortable if they're totally different and don't relate to what they do? Yeah, I mean, it's like you have to have some kind of something in common. And if the person is just a trash human and they treat people bad and they've got horrible, awful beliefs that go completely against what you believe in and who you are as a person, how do you spend time with that person? You know, like if you have nothing in common, if there's nothing about this person that makes them feel like a good person to you, how do you tolerate that? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I mean. You know, like the people that you hang out with are a reflection of you in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So what was, somebody said, don't forget about me. What were you were going to come back to something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was way earlier. Oh man. It was something about organizing. Sheila, don't forget about me. Just kidding. Sorry, Sheila. It got lost.
Was it about?
It was about organizing your makeup room, I think.
I know, and then I went off on this tangent.
Yeah.
It's my fault. I'm
sorry. I'll go back and I'll see if I can find it. I don't know where it went. It got lost. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person. Oh, there it is. I found it. My beauty area needs help bad. I redid my old vanity, but I'm looking for something like Jen has. Looks really nice and peaceful, very pretty. This is all IKEA. This is all IKEA stuff.
And then like the flowers you can find at a craft store.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of all the furniture back here is from IKEA.
And then the sign was from like a Marshalls or something. It's all IKEA. Like it's super budget. All right, cool.
Can I hit this?
Yes, please. Boom.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nice.
There you go. That was easy enough.
Yes. Well, we are pretty much out of time. Alawen says, my mom says birds of a feather flock together. It's true. It's true. I think so. And like John was saying, though, I don't think that just having one problematic friend makes you automatically problematic. I don't believe that. I know that some people do believe that, but I don't believe that. I feel like, sometimes you see good in somebody and you feel like that person has some good in them, and you know that maybe being around them, you bring that good side out of them. And maybe there's some kind of personal satisfaction there in knowing that you bring out the good in somebody that maybe had a rough past, or maybe is, has some problematic things that they believe, and you feel like you can be that person that will bring them, help them, make them be a better person. But the problem with that is I think that, that person has to be wanting and willing and thinking that they need a change in order for that to actually happen. And I think that's where that situation really becomes a problem, because it ends up being a disappointment to the person who was trying to befriend that person, trying to change that person. It's the way a lot of relationships end when you meet somebody and you really like them, but that they're problematic, and you end up in this relationship, this toxic relationship. And I think friendships can be that way as well, where they end up being toxic because you feel like you see this good thing in them and you just want to bring it out of them. You bought it, like you go into a thrift store and you find something and you feel like it just needs a coat of paint. But when it comes down to it, it's still something from a thrift store, like you can't change that fact. Whether you dress it up in pretty paint or not, you can't change the fact.
Hey, there's some gems at the thrift store.
There are. I'm not trying to shame thrift stores. It's just an analogy. It's true. I'm not trying to shame thrift stores.
No,
please know it's just an analogy. I know, but some people, you saved me, because I know some people are going to be upset. Hey, I've gotten a lot of furniture at thrift stores and revamped it and made it beautiful, and it's like it's just an analogy. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I think it's such and that can make like an entire conversation, right? Like the idea of what is our role in society and relationships to set an example for other people,
right?
And what is our role in society and our personal relationships to try to
make
help
the world
people
a better
change.
place.
Like, you definitely can't force people to change, but can you help them? Can you educate them? Can you, where's the line there? And when do you say, well, this person's not going to change?
Right.
So
when you give up on them.
When do you give up?
Yeah.
There's no line, because it's so.
Right.
But like you said, people have to want to change.
Right.
People you can't change unless you realize that you need to change.
Right.
Otherwise, why would you?
Right.
Because you don't have that realization. So.
Right. Yeah.
But, it's so.
I think that it's true. It's wanting to make the world a better place. Some people just have that in them. They just have it in their soul that they want to make the world a better place, and they feel like if they could just reach this person, and this person could be a good person, and that they could, make them help contribute to positivity in the world, and they could make this huge difference.
Yeah.
But, how many times does that actually work? I don't know. I don't think it's ever worked in my life when I've ever met somebody that I thought could be a better person. I don't think it's ever worked, ever.
Yeah.
Just thinking back, like realistically and logically, I don't think it's ever worked.
Where you'd be like, hey, let's sit down and talk about how you need change.
Let's sit down and talk how you're an a-hole.
You're an Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think people need to come to those realizations by themselves. But it's such a sticky topic, because I think about people who are addicted to drugs, and the family has an intervention, and they take them to a treatment center, and they detox, and there's people that come out of those programs and go on to do incredible things. They go on to be leaders and mentors, and they go on to help other people make meaningful change in their lives. And that would have never happened if somebody wasn't like, you are coming with me, and taking them and placing them into a place where their brain can be changed and they can detox from these chemicals. So, I wonder, so obviously that is an example of a way that kind of picking somebody up and putting them somewhere does work.
Right. Right.
You know, but can you do that to somebody who's just negative?
Right.
Like there's no like drama channel detox center
Yes.
that you can go
Yes.
to.
Yes.
Or you'd be like, stop watching this.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know.
I just want to say one more time, there was a good chunk of period in my life where I loved shopping at flea markets and thrift stores and stuff. So please don't come after me that I'm shaming thrift stores.
Yeah.
I feel terrible about that because I feel like people are going to be like, "You're such an elitist saying thrift stores are bad." I like thrift stores.
You didn't mean it like that.
I didn't mean it like
Anybody
that.
who took it like that, I think
Okay.
is stretching it.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I do like thrift stores.
Right.
Just like putting it out there. All right, we got to go. We're 5 minutes over.
We
But
are
thank you so
5
much.
minutes over.
But I thought
The
it was
crime.
important to finish with that, though, to let you finish that because I thought it was a really good point, and I didn't want to stop it because I thought it was important that we got that out. But thank you all so much for being here for live chat. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. I always find these topics so interesting. And yeah, we'll be back next Sunday for another live chat, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And I definitely want to start asking more guests to come on and do live chats. I know so many people in the space, and it's such a waste to not have them on live chat. So yes, I'm going to be reaching out, but it won't be next week, but maybe in future weeks. So keep an eye out, and I always let you know if the time's going to change on YouTube community and also on Twitter. And I'm starting to get more into Instagram stories, so I'll hopefully give you updates there if the time is ever different. But next Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Thank you so much for being here. Mad love. Have a great week. Stay safe, and we will see you next week. All right. Bye.
So yeah. Get D'Angelo.